We are too quick to judge. It was a bright Saturday morning in Hanoi, and the city was already alive with the sound of motorbikes and laughter echoing through the narrow streets. Min, a young entrepreneur in his late 20s, adjusted his simple black helmet before hopping onto his old motorbike, a bit rusty but reliable. He wasn't the kind of man who turned heads on the street. He had an average face, slightly tanned from working long hours, and eyes that always seemed deep in thought. But behind that modest appearance was a brilliant mind. Min had founded his own small tech company 2 years earlier. It wasn't huge, but it was growing steadily, just like the quiet fire inside him. That morning, he had a meeting with a new client, a luxury brand that wanted a digital campaign. He arrived early, parked his bike, and walked into a chic cafe in the heart of the city. That's when he saw her. Thun too. She sat by the window, sunlight dancing across her long hair. She was beautiful, the kind of beauty that made time slow down. But more than that, she carried herself with quiet confidence. When Min introduced himself, she smiled politely, though she was a little surprised as she glanced at his simple outfit and old laptop. They discussed ideas for the campaign, and Min's passion soon filled the space between them. His words were clear, creative, and full of life. By the end of the meeting, Tu was impressed, though she didn't show it too much. She had met many men who tried to impress her, but this one was different. He didn't brag, he didn't flirt. He simply believed in what he was saying. Over the next few weeks, they worked closely together. Tu started to see beyond his plain clothes and ordinary looks. She noticed how his eyes lit up when he talked about his dreams, how he stayed up late fixing problems no one else cared about, and how he treated everyone with kindness, from clients to cleaners. Still, her friends weren't so kind. One evening, after a long meeting, Min offered Tu a ride home on his motorbike. She hesitated. Her friends were nearby, waiting for her outside the cafe. When they saw him with his cheap helmet, old bike, and simple shirt, one of them whispered, loud enough for Min to hear, "Is that your ride? He doesn't even have a car." Tu forced a smile, embarrassed. Min simply said, "It's okay. You can go with them if you want." Her heart sank, but she nodded and left with her friends, not realizing how much that moment hurt him. Days passed. Tu texted him, but his replies were short, polite, distant. She couldn't stop thinking about his quiet eyes that night, not angry, not cold, just deeply disappointed. Then, one morning, her company's CEO called everyone to a special meeting. A new partner had just invested in their upcoming project, a young entrepreneur who had gained attention in the tech industry for his innovative work. When Min walked in, he didn't need luxury to stand out. His presence spoke louder than his clothes. The entire room fell silent. Tu's heart nearly stopped. He was the investor. Their eyes met. She felt her chest tighten, her throat dry. After the meeting, she approached him nervously. "Min, I didn't know." He smiled softly. "You didn't need to know." "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "That day, I should have stood by you." He looked at her for a long moment, We're all guilty of judging too quickly, he said. Sometimes people forget that what truly matters isn't what we see, but it's what we feel when we look deeper. Months later, when their companies launched the successful campaign together, the two stood side by side on the rooftop of Min's new office building. The city glowed beneath them. The wind was gentle. "Do you still ride that old bike?" Tu teased softly. He chuckled. "Of course. It has been with me through everything." She smiled. "Would you take me home, like before?" This time, she didn't care who saw them. And as they drove through the bustling streets, laughter echoing behind them, she put her arms around him, realizing that sometimes real love begins when we look past appearances and see someone's heart. We are too quick to judge people by what they wear, what they drive, or what they look like, forgetting that true beauty, success, and love often live quietly beneath the surface.